I would like to get an apartment, that's all. I can take care of myself from there.
A disabled veteran is outraged that he's had to live in his car for 3 weeks. He says the Fargo VA was working to find him an apartment in July, but weeks later, he says he's still waiting for a call back. Thanks for joining us. Mike has the evening off. Valley News Team's Macy Enger looked into the VA's process.
Again, because this just is not right.
Ray Allord is a veteran who moved to the area after his service.
Since then, I've been through various apartments living on my own. And now I've run into this stumbling wall where nobody seems to want to call me or talk to me anymore.
For the last 3 weeks, since all the shelters are full, his car has been his home.
It isn't a picnic, believe me.
He's part of a VA program that helps homeless veterans who may have hit barriers when finding permanent housing. Allord says he moved out of his Fargo apartment in July, working with the VA to get a place closer to work. And weeks later, he says they're ignoring his calls.
I feel more remorse because I can't comprehend why I can't get an answer.
Fargo VA officials we talked with over the phone say they couldn't comment specifically on this case because of privacy laws. But they do say that veterans have a hard time finding a landlord who will rent to them, especially in our housing market. The program says they have 5 staffers trying to help veterans find housing. They say it's very important to support those veterans. The VA also said in a statement, program staff has contact with every veteran in the program on a weekly basis, unless the veteran declines the contact. But Allord says he hasn't heard from staff in 2 weeks.
I know there's more than one of me out on the streets right now.
He plans to contact a VA advocate to help him get a roof over his head. In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
The Fargo VA also said that it does not own or operate any housing. And they say with the housing boom, it's also hard to find any available apartments. Also, roadblocks may come up when landlords review veterans' legal history and past lease issues. Renting versus home ownership continues to trend in the Fargo area. That's according to a new Fargo housing study. In Fargo, it's typically a 58% rental, 42% home owning market. The study also looked at housing growth in the next 5 years. One major point the study showed was more affordable housing in our area. It showed that existing houses were more popular than newer constructed homes. City Commissioner Mike Williams says this shows the City Commission that they need to look into house incentives for developers to build lower income homes. The study recommended that construction of apartments and homes continue each year of about 1,300 households a year to keep up with city growth. Disappointed with lawmakers, a local man is asking the community to help legalize medical marijuana in North Dakota by signing a petition. Ray Morgan lives in Fargo and suffers from severe pain after having multiple back surgeries. He's formed a committee of 25 people, and if they get approval from the Secretary of State, they can start collecting signatures. They need 13,500 people to sign it. If they get that, you'll be able to vote for or against legalizing medical marijuana on the November 2016 ballot. With heroin shattering lives nationwide and locally, many first responders are turning to Narcan to help save those overdosing. Here in the FM area, only one agency uses it, FM Ambulance. Officials there say they do use it for overdoses from illegal drugs, but most of the time it's for overdoses from prescription painkillers. And they've been using it for about 20 years.
You can't give a cost, or you can't give basically a value price-wise on someone's life. You never know. Maybe that person that you just helped is going to rehab themselves and now become something else in society that's going to be productive.
Fargo Police and the Fargo Fire Department say they don't carry it because FM Ambulance does, and they usually get there about the same time. But in Minnesota, Moorhead Police and the Clay County Sheriff's Office, they don't carry Narcan either. Fewer than 20 members of the West Fargo community came out to the first police open forum to hear about and discuss crime in the area. Valley News Team's Christine Stamwood talked with police chief and concerned community members about the importance of tonight's meeting and why some feel that more people should be attending these meetings. She joins us now. Christine?
Stephanie, West Fargo's police chief says they want to make a proactive contact with the community more than ever because there's a national distrust with police. and West Fargo wants to build their relationship with community. And they say that starts with an open dialogue about what's going on around them, good and bad. Tonight, West Fargo police were open and clear about crime in the area, giving hard numbers on issues in the community. Residents responded with their concerns about break-ins, theft, speeding, and even heroin use in the area.
We've had some crime down in our neighborhood, so that's a concern.
West Fargo police say that theft is up and that there are gangs that the public needs to be aware of in the city. Drugs continue to be a concern. There have been 6 to 7 overdoses of heroin in West Fargo. Police say that's in part because the cost is down.
The emergency rooms are reporting an increased number of overdoses, so it's a problem and we need to spend some time addressing that issue.
In the end, police say it's vital to make positive connections with the public, and the only way to do that is with more dialogue and attendance at these meetings.
We think there is some connection already. We just want to expand on that connection and include more people.
Although this is the first West Fargo meeting, police want more attendees for the next forum. And the biggest takeaway from tonight is that West Fargo police want to make more people come to the next meeting as this continues to build an open dialogue. They also want you to call police if you see any suspicious activity within your neighborhood. Stephanie?
Christine, thank you. West Fargo has 4 officers in staff at all times to respond to reports. And if you'd like to find out when the next police meeting is, be sure to go on their Facebook page or on Twitter. North Dakota has plenty of oil and it's expected to keep producing for years to come. But low prices can slow the action down in a big way, and those prices haven't bottomed out yet. Crude oil prices reached a new low today that hasn't been seen since 2009. A market analyst says 6.5 years ago, oil prices dropped due to the banking crisis and a major gain by the U.S. dollar. Today, the dollar is strong, but there's also plenty of issues in supply and demand, and that oil is being produced in the country faster than it's being taken out of storage.
Time of the year, we should be drawing about 1 million barrels a day or 7 million barrels a week out of storage for use in gasoline. And then this wintertime, when the driving drops off, we store oil, to compensate. Well, this week, we have experienced, again, putting oil into storage of 2.5 million barrels.
The price for a barrel of West Texas Intermediate crude, which is the price for Bakken crude that it's set from, the benchmark fetched at just over $40 a barrel. Grainer says that prices could go down into the 30s later this week. Corn covered one college campus today. Thousands of people from Moorhead came out to enjoy free corn on the cob at Concordia College. Student leaders helped shuck almost 5,000 ears of corn from a local farmer. The alumni director says this is the 41st year they've held the corn feed. About 2,000 people came out to enjoy this harvest, even the Cobber mascot. The event also had bouncy houses, a clown, and music for kids. And don't forget to like Valley News Live on Facebook. There you can follow all the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. All you have to do is search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed the entire day and night.